This lesson will be the first lesson in Unit 2, Solving Equations. So first we're going to work on solving one-step equations. We have 6 examples. I'm going to work out 4 of the 6. You're going to complete the other 2 and check your answers on the answer key in Schoology. Alright, so let's start off with example 1. We have x plus 4 equals 13. So when we're solving equations, the goal is to get x on the side by itself, on the side of the equal sign by itself. So what we're looking at is what's on the side with the x that has to move. Number 1, I see that there's a plus 4 or a positive 4 being added to my x. So I want to move the 4 to the other side of the equal sign. I'm going to use inverse operations. So in this case, I'm going to subtract 4. Now to balance the equation, whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other. So think of the equal sign like a wall. We're trying to move things from one side of the wall to the other side. Alright, so I just subtracted 4 on one side, subtracted to the other side. On the left side, they cancel. 4 and negative 4 make 0. I bring down my x. I bring down my equal sign. And on the right side, I do the math. So 13 minus 4 is 9. So now I just solve for x. And it's called a one-step equation because I was able to get the answer in just one step. Now, to check your work, okay, which I do recommend that you do every time you solve an equation to guarantee that you have it right. To check your work, take the original problem and substitute in your answer. So we just said that x is 9. I'm going to plug in a 9, and I'm going to see if the left side and the right side end up being equal. 9 plus 4 on the left side is 13, which is the same as the right side. That means I did it correct. So example 2, we have our variables on the right side of the equal sign. And with the variable, we have a negative 5 being added to our x. So let's just pay attention to the 5 and the fact that it's negative. To move the negative 5 to the opposite side, negative 5 is the same thing as a minus 5. We're going to do plus 5. And whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I'm going to do to the other. 5 and negative 5 cancel out, make 0. On the right side, I bring down my x. In the middle is the equal sign. And on the left side, again, just compute 3 plus 5, and I get 8. Again, to check your answer, simply plug the 8 in for x and confirm that negative 5 plus 8 is 3. Third example is actually going to be number 2. We have 4x equals 20. Now the 4 and the x are connected, they're stuck together, which means they're being multiplied together. The opposite of multiplication is division, so to undo the multiplication, I'm going to divide by 4. Whatever I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other. 4 divided by 4, loosely we say that they cancel, but in reality, it really just makes 1x. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I have 1x is equal to 20 divided by 4, which is 5. And again, if you want to check your answer, just check out 4 times x, which I just said is 5. See if you get 20. All right, which I did. Last example for one-step equations. Again, variables on the right side, we have a division problem. I also have a negative that's off to the side. If you have a negative off to the side, it's optional if you choose to move that negative to the top, which is the numerator, or to the bottom, which is the denominator. To keep it simple, I'm going to move my negative to the bottom with the 3 so that I can cancel both of those out at the same time. So I have t divided by negative 3. The opposite of division is multiplication. So over on the right side, in the numerator, I'm going to put a multiplication times negative 3. Whatever you do to one side, make sure you do to the other. Now on the right side, the 3 and negative 3, again, loosely we say that they cancel, but in reality we're saying that negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1, leaving us with 1t. On the left side, negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. And like I said before, to check your work, simply plug the negative 15 in for t and confirm that it equals it equals 5. All right, so now you're going to finish the last 2 examples on your own, which is number 3 and 4, and check your answer key in Schoology, and then follow the directions to log into deltamath.com.